And welcome back. This is your man Warrior, and I'm really excited to showcase some footage for you. Now, the first thing you're going to see is a couple of really fast battles that didn't work out so well, but I did want you to know I did give it my very best effort. The first is a Darth Nihilus lead. I really wanted to see how he would do. And then after that, I ran with a Darth Maul lead. Both of those videos are here in fast mode, so you can watch me die in a very fast pace. Both of these teams did go against a CLS team that obviously has a bunch of countering and wipes the floor pretty hard with them, but I do change up the team after these two battles, and I go on a 4 battle win streak with an Emperor Palpatine lead. And of course, I go against this very Rebels team that we're getting our butts smoked on right now. So I'm going to showcase these really quick so you can see how fast and how bad we lost. And then we'll move to winning against CLS-led Rebels, the Empire teams that you'll see in Arena, Night Sisters, and of course, Jedi Training Rey teams. Those are super important. After I go on that 4-game win streak, I do switch the curb and I go ahead and jump over to Jedi Training Rey, and I fight the very team that I used to beat those 4 teams, and I use a Jedi Training Rey team to try to beat it. Now, so you know, this is on a developer account. All this information is subject, all the stuff you see is subject to change, but this is a pretty good representation of what it should be like. The developers have a way of putting basically equal mods on every character across all of the teams, so that way it's a relatively very fair match, and you can see that CLS through this video is a very good direct counter to the Sith meta that will be upcoming. So when you guys ask, who should I run? Jedi Training Rey is still viable, and so is CLS. He'll actually have a rise. So I'm going to go ahead and show you those 4 victories. We'll walk through it. I'll slow the video down for those 4 victories, and I'll even show you Jedi Training Rey on defense. Let's go check it out. All right, now we're going against the exact same team that we just got our Heinies spanked twice with. They beat down Darth Nihilus lead. We're going to get rid of all of their buffs with that AoE. Look at all the red skulls. The red skulls are going to be pain. When they take a turn and they have that red skull over them, our guy Sion's going to taunt and is going to force them to attack Sion. Now, they can cleanse it, which you can see, and it also requires potency, so it's not necessarily going to land. So, but it does hit through foresight, just like his attack that he just did. And if they cleanse it, it's okay, because under Emperor Palpatine, that just gives us a bunch of turn meter. Now, if you watch right now, General Kenobi has a pain on him, and I just renewed it with the basic. And if you look, General or Thrawn just had to attack because we were taunting with Sion a second ago. It's a really funny mechanism where whenever they take a turn, if they have the red skull, then they have to attack Sion because he's taunting. And then his taunt goes away. So that way nobody focus fires him down. He's only screwing with the individuals who happen to have that pain debuff. So now he gets to use his special ability, gives him that special buff, which means that he'll come back to life, which is pretty awesome. We're going to try and take Han Solo out. We put that pain on. It required that he shoot, and Sith Trooper is helping, of course. We're going to get to use it again, the AoE. 3 people got pain that time. And you notice he had a taunt when R2's turn was up, but R2 did the smoke screen, so that's why it didn't attack. We're going to keep attacking these guys. This is an amazing CLS team, but the mods on this particular dev build are basically leveled across all characters. They're all basically have the exact same mods. So, you know, tanks have tank mods, attackers have attacker mods, and they all have equivalently the same speed when we took a look at it. The CLS team, again, is a great counter. So if you're wondering, what am I going to do with this new Empire meta, this new, you know, Sith meta that's coming out, CLS and Jedi Training Rey are solid options still. So for you, anyone who's freaking out and thinking that this is something they have to do, you don't have to do this. Side note, R2-D2's dead, but if it's because he has the skull, which is pain, if he was to attack, he'd have to attack Sion. So there's an 18,700 hit for Sion. That's not terrible. Let's get into the next battle. All right, this is an Empire team you've probably seen before. We got an auto-taunter over there, and we're auto-taunting on our side. But they're going to be able to cleanse a lot because of their Thrawn. Now, our Darth Nihilus is going to really help because their Death Trooper is a problem, and we want to make sure we increase his cooldowns. Now, there's that AoE. The AoE takes everybody's buffs off and puts the pain buff up. Now watch Sion, and above his head, you'll see him taunt every single time somebody with pain tries to take a turn. This disruptive taunt, there it goes, forced IPD to attack him, but the IPD ended up going after, obviously, the other taunter, which is Sith Trooper. And Sith Trooper survived IPD's attack because it is, in fact, a 99.99, 99,000 hit versus just an insta-kill, which some people think it's an insta-kill. Now, this Empire team regenerates a ton of protection, so it is a difficult team to kill. But with this Sith team, we are able to chew through it. See how he's taunting? Oh, we got buff immunity, so now he's not going to throw up his taunt. We got health up from Emperor Palpatine. We're going to do Culling Blade, which gives us a bunch of turn meter. We're going to annihilate. We're going to get rid of him. Death Trooper does a lot of damage. Now we can start to work down these last two. Director Krennic is strong, but we should be able to work him out. And Nihilus, of course, is somebody who lost favor in the arena, but has come back pretty solidly. You can see when he doesn't crit, and he's a tank, but when he doesn't crit, it's only about 5,000 to 8,000. When he crits, it's for over 20k. So for a tank, that's a pretty decent hit. That was a 7,000. It looked like. We're going to increase cooldowns. Try and get some stuns. Nice. You can see they both have the pain debuff. So if he gets another turn, which I highly doubt. Nope, there he goes. Pop. He's done. Another battle. All right, against Night Sisters. Now, I have to be honest, Night Sisters are really, really good. And with the Spirit, which not a lot of people run, it makes them very difficult to beat. The Spirit can stun and does a ton of damage. Now, I'm going to go ahead and do the AoE, which is going to get rid of their buffs and put their pain. It's going to force them to hit our man Sion. Increased cooldowns is always a good thing. Health up is up. We can Culling Blade. We're trying to take out 49k. That was an excellent hit by Darth Vader. He is definitely an MVP now. Watch this hit. Whap. That was a ton of health gain on that hit. I think the damage was around 20k, but still the health gain that he got was immense. And we don't have to worry about him dying from plague, because even if he dies from plague, if he can get up his special ability, he can gain health from that. And look at his health steal right now. It's crazy. He has a ton of health steal. So he can keep replaguing, and then he'll just keep cleansing off that plague. We'll get rid of, yep, there we go, Asajj. She's a mess. So the plague comes and it affects the characters, but we can cleanse most of it off. I think Darth Nihilus, if you watch, is really kind of the weak link when it comes to the health regeneration. It does eventually work out Sith Trooper as well, but not terribly. And he gets to use his ability right here. Wow, that's so amazing. They wouldn't be able to kill him now. He'd be coming back to life, which is pretty awesome. And there you go. Pretty nice. All right, next battle, we're going against a Jedi Training Raid team, and this one's pretty difficult because it has Captain Han Solo, who can bring old Ben back to life. Super annoying, really annoying. And we want to do Culling Blade to get rid of some of these debuffs because we'll get some turn meter with that, and Captain Han Solo is our big priority. I know it's not efficient as far as the amount of damage we do with the Culling Blade, but it's definitely going to give us turn meter. We want to increase cooldowns now. And we want to try and get some stun. And we can get rid of their stealth now if we want, or we can break will, which can extend the, it'll apply the pain for 3 turns, and it can't be evaded. This is a great attack. That special is a great attack against Jedi Training Rey because all the foresight doesn't matter. But we're going to go ahead and get rid of the stealth. And we're going to give everybody health steal up. And let's go ahead and try and keep working on Captain Han Solo. The other ones had foresight. Now I could hit them through foresight, but I'm going to just keep focusing down. That was 26,000 on that attack. That's solid for a tank. That's very solid for a tank. We're going to go ahead and put shock over old Ben since he's a taunter. Now we're going to miss, so we're going to go over here and get rid of that potency up. We'll put some ability block on old Ben. Why not? Yeah, so much foresight. But this is why Sion is amazing. Sion can actually fight through foresight. Now, he's put pain down, so when R2 takes a turn, R2 is going to have to attack Sion, which is a really cool mechanic, and that just removed the pain mechanism. But either way, whether pain is on the character or not on the character, if it doesn't apply, he gets cooldown reduction, and if it does apply, then it applies, which is what you want it to do. We're going to keep trying to get R2-D2 out of here. He's obviously a problem. There's a basic for about 7. And we were able to reapply pain. And Sith Trooper really takes the blunt force for this team. And let's just get rid of Jedi Training Ray. Whoosh! Of course. We can get rid of all their buffs. And he's dead. Now we can whack away at BB-8 and old Ben. Put some health steal up. Foresight's so annoying. But we still gain health. We'll use our special ability. This gives me 100% health, 100% turn meter, so I get to instantly go again. I'm going to use my special ability. Bam! That did not crit, but that was a lot of damage and a lot of health steal. And whap, 33,000. BB-8's out. So pretty decent. Obviously, it took me 3 minutes, but we had it really slowed down and we took our time. Sith Trooper really pairs nicely with the auto taunt. Pretty amazing. Now, this battle is the last battle we just did, except for now I'm on the other side, and I went ahead and put in Thrawn instead of Captain Han Solo because I know a lot of people say, well, I'd be using Thrawn against this team. So I'm going to use this team against them, and what we're going to try and do is get rid of their Emperor Palpatine because he's a terrible problem, and I hate the cooldown increases. That's becoming an issue. And look at that, they got rid of all of our buffs. We've got pain everywhere, stun, and now they're getting a bunch of turn meter, and now their Sith Trooper is taunting, and look at this, I'm doing like no damage to their trooper. And this is another reason why you need Thrawn, because you've got to be able to fracture their trooper. But with Darth Nihilus increasing cooldowns, it's really hard to get to your fracture. And I'm worried, man, they're just taking so much turn. Now I can wipe all that stuff away and try and go back to Emperor Palpatine with her special. But it's only a temporary fix. See, I just barely got to use my basic. And now I need to kill her, so we're going to try and do that triple mollywop. There we go, 25k, yeah! All right, got Emperor Palpatine out, but my Thrawn, who I really need, watch, he has pain, I have to go attack him, that sucks. Let's try and cleanse all that off. Just going to give them a bunch of turn meter. It's like punishes me for having General Kenobi now. And there we go, I lost the guy I needed, and he's taunting again. And he got full health and protection, basically. Ugh. This is a really, really tough battle. Let's just smash him, try and get rid of their Sith Trooper. Just not a lot of damage. I mean, look at all that protection. And I can swipe it and try and go for Darth Nihilus now, but too late. He just killed my Jedi Training Ray. That is an absolute mess. It's over. These robots cannot win, not with Darth Nihilus and not with what's left. This is a really, really good showing of how amazing this team is on defense and how the taunting really is frustrating to attempt to try to kill one or the other characters. So what a really, really good team for you guys. If you guys are wanting to use the new Sith team. I would tell you, if you're going to get him, he's amazing. He will be viable at 3 stars for anybody who gets him at 3 stars, but of course he's going to be more viable as you go up. But tanks have the same amount of protection at their 3-star unlock as they do as at 7 stars, and of course mods, you can add additional protection. So all you're going to get from that is a little bit more health, which is important, and you're going to get more damage. And he is actually a very high damage dealing tank, but he's a very free to play friendly tank. So if that's your thing and you want to go free to play and use him, you can use him in the Sith. And Darth Vader does not need his Zetas, and Nihilus does not need his Zetas, and Sith Trooper doesn't need Zetas, and Emperor Palpatine really only needs 1 Zeta on his leadership. So you're talking about 1 needed Zeta with about 3 optional Zetas out there. But this is just a terrible, terrible fight. It's going to be over really quickly. I'm just going to let it continue to play out. But there wasn't a chance for me to really win with this setup. Anyway, as always, thank you guys for checking us out. Make sure that you check everything out that I've got on my channel. I'll have a couple of videos, one that talks about the overall things that are coming out, as well as this video that showcases him and his abilities as a tank. And also I'll have one for Visas Mar and showing kind of how she is. She's more of a PvE character, but she can work in certain compositions in Arena. And of course, like I said, her design is for the new Sith Raid. The new Sith Raid looks super fun. I'm excited for that. And I really hope that you guys enjoy the Sith Raid as much as we did. We will be bringing that content out very, very soon. As always, make sure you keep your gaming on. Warrior out.